nature's best, Bobtail.
Well, welcome back. You're with Expresso here on SABC3. Now, they say that there's no point in being pretty if your personality is smelly. But that's not the kind of smells we're going to be talking about today. We are focusing on the types of seasonal changes when it comes to smells with regards to your pets. And we have got Dr. Roy with us this morning, who's going to give us his expert advice. Good morning, Dr. Roy. Welcome to the show. Don't you just love that quote, hey? No point in being pretty if your personality is smelly.
Well, look at this. This is a scintillating personality and a beautiful smelling dog.
Definitely.
Yes.
Now, Dr. Roy, what types of changes can dogs and pets go through, especially during the summer period?
Look, it can be a seasonal thing. I mean, I have a basic approach. In my view, a healthy dog shouldn't smell. You know, there may be a slight doggy odor when the dog gets wet, but in my view, a healthy dog shouldn't smell. And if people come and say that their dog is smelling, I'm always suspicious that there's a problem. And there's some basic areas that we look at. Ears. Some of the dogs, like Bob, have a fold over their nose, and that fold can be smelly. Certainly, mouth can be smelly. Basically, from the head to the tail and everything in between can be smelly. So you have to have a systematic approach. In summer, they definitely go out more. Dogs play around a bit more. There may be occasional rain. They walk in the water, and that can cause infection in their paws, and that can be smelly. So you have to have a systematic approach. And I tell people, if their dogs smell, please try and tell me, what have you smelt? Ears can be very smelly if they're infected, and that would smell almost like sour milk. Another area that is really a big problem is anal glands. Those things are dreadful, and you know, some people try and squeeze them themselves. Little anal glands are two little glands under the tail, and if you squeeze them, they can sometimes pop. These little glands are scent glands, and they're the remnants of the dog's ability to mark territory. And skunks have anal glands that they can actually squeeze and squirt at you and use for defense purposes. And you just don't want to get sprayed by either skunks or dogs. I mean, they're really foul. They really smell bad.
But I think for yourself, you know, if you're a pet owner, you will know your pet. And you will know that when there's a certain smell that is not the normal smell that you associate with your pet, that there's something going wrong and you need to actually have that checked out. Now, how do you control your pets during the summertime? I mean, that must be quite, you know, the mission and a half, as they say.
Well, I think you made a fantastic point. You smell something out of the ordinary. So you know your dog's smell, and if you smell something out of the ordinary, then that's time to get help. I think that bathing the dogs on a regular basis is really critical in controlling their smell. A good quality shampoo is essential. People talk about shampoo stripping the natural oils out of hair. Well, some of us who have hair, you know, you wash your hair. I mean, people who go to the gym wash their hair daily, and their hair's in good condition. And you can bath your dogs.
Well, how often would you bath your dog? You know, because that's something I tend to not know. When it comes to winter time, I will bath less often, and obviously because of the types of conditions, and then summertime, obviously a bit more frequently.
It's not a direct answer. You bath your dog as often as you need to. If you take your dog to the beach and your dog rolls in something smelly every day for 4 or 5 days, you're going to bath him daily. And if he or she smells nice and the coat is clean and he doesn't need a bath that week, then you won't. But certainly in summertime, when they're going out like this, bathing on a weekly basis is absolutely fine. And there is a yeast-like condition that causes the dog's coat to smell almost a bit fruity, almost like a little bit of beer. And that is a condition called malassezia. And malassezia, there are specific shampoos available to wash the dog. So the message, I suppose, is bathing on a regular basis is absolutely fine.
Okay, well, Dr. Roy, thank you so much for sharing your expert advice with us again this morning. Have yourself a lovely weekend.
Thank you, Kia.
And remember that if you do smell something out of the ordinary, there probably is something wrong with your pet. It's best to always go and find out from your vet exactly what you need to do. Well, we are doing TV Meets Radio here on Expresso Show this morning, having an absolute blast with the breakfast show team from Mungana Lonene FM. Over to you, Kat.